Hello folks, Bob Rogers here, Hawaiian triking. Well, over the years I've been riding my Recumbent Trike. I've made some distinct changes in how I ride and the objectives I aim to achieve. Today I want to take a moment to reflect how and why those changes came about. Well, when I got my first trike, I was focused on learning the techniques of riding a cycle with electric pedal assist and using a roll-off speed hub, which was quite different from the many years I spent riding a traditional diamond frame bike. I spent the next couple of years figuring out how to use these two features in harmony and how to extend the life of my two batteries. During this time, I focused on enjoying the many advantages of riding a Recumbent Trike. Unlike my diamond frame trike, I no longer experienced neck and back pain, and my arms didn't fall asleep during my rides. I could head out to the North Shore of Oahu without fear of facing strong headwinds on the return, as it was easy to switch to higher e-assist if needed. In those days, I rode faster overall without much thought of battery life. The e-assist allowed me to ride more frequently than my two-wheeler, and I was still getting really good cardio without being wiped out after every ride. As the months passed, I began to explore different ride opportunities, more aggressively going after off-road trails, all kinds of trails, including single track, mountain bike paths, sand paths, rocky, and trails littered with branches. I eventually realized that the narrow and adverse trails were a bit too rough on the trike, so I switched to Jeep and ATV trails for off-roading. I did continue challenging myself with steeper hills and isolated trails that I've never been before, exploring new areas. I also discovered that riding in scenic environments was much more enjoyable on a recumbent trike. The reclined seat allowed me to enjoy the scenery and become more driven to go to different places. My previous experience maintaining a photographic blog during our 9 years of RV traveling across America resurfaced, and I was inspired to document my adventures on a recumbent trike. So equipped with a GoPro camera and a drone, I began capturing my rides and the intent to explore, record, and share my adventures even more. This led me to set a goal of circumventing the entire island of Oahu, covering 20 to 30 miles at a time, visiting places I had never ridden before. This required a lot of planning, early departures, and navigating through uncharted areas, including busy highways, back roads, and remote trails. Along the way, I encountered challenges like aggressive dogs, rough four-wheel drive paths, and even the infamous Kayak trees of West Oahu with their mighty thorns. About 2 years ago, riding a recumbent, I faced some medical issues that required me to slow down, take a break for about 6 months. This occurred right as I had completed my Circle the Island tour.
My paradise, now that you're gone, where are those haunted eyes? You were the one for me. Ooh, Waikiki.
I had also explored most of the cycle routes around my home, so I ended up riding just my basic trails weekly. During my recovery, my focus shifted from exploration to regaining physical fitness. I began using less pedal assist, which led to a new obsession, maximizing my battery life. My goal was to get 3 rides out of a single battery instead of 2. Speed was no longer my priority, just physicality. I continued on my 3 basic routes: a 26-mile trip to Sharks Cove and back, a 22-mile ride that took me through the off-roads of Turtle Bay Resort, and a 10-mile neighborhood ride. Depending on my time and energy, the rides vary in length, but I'm able to complete all these 3 rides on 1 battery charge. I use off mode for most of those 13 miles that I went out to Sharks Cove, and then returned maybe in echo or first level assist as I faced that headwind. I tended to choose smooth, straight rides. Recently, the road to the North Shore was repaved with wide, smooth shoulders, so I stopped using the bumpy North Shore bike path, which was often crowded with dog walkers, strollers, tricycles, bicycles, and little kids. And I went onto the main road, which had good, smooth ride.
Sands of silver and gold, take me back to paradise, to my sand.
The smooth roads have made my rides more efficient, allowing me to maintain a steady cadence. These days I tend to ride more in off mode, which means I'm not going as fast as I used to. Well, I'm okay with that. I go around 11 miles an hour outbound, 12 miles on the return. My challenge now is to see how much I can do without pedal assist. I'm not trying to set records, just keeping a steady cadence while enjoying the ride. So I've reduced the challenges, discoveries, explorations, and speed objectives, and now aim more for exercise, steady cadence, and efficiency. True, I sometimes ride a bit slower, but I still cherish the scenic backdrop wherever I ride. And that's how and why my riding a recumbent trike has evolved over time. Maybe you've noticed some changes on your rides and how, where, and when you ride. Something to think about. Hope you enjoyed our little ride today. Stay healthy, safe, hungry, happy, forever young. Aloha.